siempre que hago pláticas, no, realmente yo no ahondo así en quién soy, dónde vengo, etcétera. O sea, nada más dan una breve descripción de mí y vámonos. Pues eso no interesa, interesa más la información que traemos.
Perfect. So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I know it's late, and I know some of you have gotten some issues with power supply and why nots, but nonetheless, we appreciate your time. We've got Rodrigo Ruiz with us from the company Koteos. He will be talking about tecnologías exponenciales en la manufactura inteligente. And for those of you who were listening before, something that Rodrigo said, and I believe is quite remarkable, is it doesn't really matter who am I, but rather telling you what I can bring for you and what can I share. So all you need to know is that he's got 20 plus years of experience in industry, 10 plus years as an entrepreneur, business owner, business developer. He's been featured in a couple of national and international magazines as one of the 2025 young entrepreneurs from Mexico. So, I mean, this guy has some experience here and there. So, without any further introduction, I leave you to Rodrigo Ruiz. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. So, um, thank you for space. Thanks to university for allowing me to share my experience. I hope you enjoyed, and we start. And first, I want to ask, doctor, you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see Koteos improve workers' lives and so on.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you. So, um, I am founder from Koteos. Koteos is a company focused in improve workers' life, as we say here in my screen, with robotics. But I think that the important thing is that the technology that we use for make real all the things that we think here in the office and then we apply in the industry. And the technologies that we use is exponential technologies. So for that reason, I want to share what I learned in the past 20 years in the industry and how I saw the exponential technologies is changing the game rules for any industry. It's not only industrial, is for medical industry, for finance, for every industry in the world, and also our lives. For that reason, it's very important to know about these exponential technologies. No? And obviously, this is affecting the manufacturing, and now the manufacturing is we say smart manufacturing because sometimes we think that the machines are thinking, and that is real. Right now, in this moment, there is a lot. There are a lot of machines in the world that is thinking. They are taking decisions, and and yes, this exponential technology is affecting the minute and how we are doing the things right now in the industry. So first, what is exponential? Uh, I think you saw something in the math class, but I want to check again this concept, and we want to, I want to show how is a linear growth and what is exponential growth and what is the difference and why is very important right now and why the technology in these days is exponential, the newest technologies. So in the past, we have a linear growth of technology. Is something like you can see here in my screen in the left side. An exponential is something that in the beginning we have a minimal growth, but then pass sometimes, and then this grow in a quickly manner that sometimes is take us or surprise because we don't know what is happening. No? For that reason, I want to show you something is not industry. This is financial information, but I want to show you the behavior for historic stock value of two different companies that are making something similar, Walmart and Target Corporation. As you see, for the year uh, 2016, we see how is the behavior in both companies, the stock value, and then how this grow for 20 for 2021. So this they have a growth, but this is similar like a line. And this is the case for Amazon. Is the for the similar years, but you can see that Amazon in the beginning, it has very little growth, and then we have a surprise in 2018, and obviously in 2020, when in the COVID age, they have a lot of sales, and for that reason, the stock value of this grow in exponential form. So this is one example. Another example is for car manufacturing companies like Ford and Nissan. And also you can see the stock value for both companies has the same behavior. It's something similar, linear, not exponential. But what about Tesla? Tesla is a company that came to disrupt the car manufacturing industry. And let me one moment. Okay, sorry. So you can see the difference between a company that has um, a common market or a common industry, like Ford, Target, Walmart. Ford is a combustion motors company. Tesla is electric, is different, and also they have not only electric cars, they have autonomous cars, they have IoT technology, artificial intelligence, etc. Technologies that they're using, and for that reason, they have a different behavior in the market. And, and now we can see how is the growth, no? Exponential. One. This is examples as how is the exponential technologies are affecting these industries, because Amazon and Tesla, they are using exponential technologies in the core business of the company. It's not in the frontiers of the or in the limits of the company. It's a core business of the company in comparative Walmart or Target. Walmart, you know, you have these big stores, but Amazon, they don't have stores. Yes, they have a warehouse and with a lot of robots, but they don't have a big store. No, it is the different ways they are taking for sale, and obviously as they don't have a big store, they don't need to bring people for sale something. They use the technology, in this case, internet, artificial intelligence for marketing, or maybe for robotics for the deliver the things in the warehouse, and to do this very quickly, the deliver for the client, etc. So this is the different way as these companies are making the things. And if you see the stock value for Walmart in these days is in peso, in Mexican pesos, you can see the value, and the difference between versus to Amazon is is a uh, that is bigger than Walmart, no? And the Tesla, the same case. You can see the stock value for Ford to this day, 100 pesos, and Tesla is 1,000 pesos, no? So once we saw the difference between linear and exponential company, we can talking about exponential technologies. And what are these exponential technologies, no? And why is exponential? Well, um, the principal feature for exponential technology is that um, all the technology has as a core the computing processes. And as you know, for have computer processors, we need a computer, and the computer has a microchip or microprocessor. So as you remember, the Moore law, the Moore's law, the, the law say that every 2 years, the microprocessors will grow in duplicate the capacity of the microprocessors every 2 years, and the price is decreasing in a similar form. So if you remember the computers for 10 years ago, it's having the same velocity that we have right now. We have a more speed computers, and 10 years um, from we will have in future computers with more capacity, so and more cheaper computers. So this is the basis for exponential technologies, because they use microprocessors for computing critical process, and these critical process are make the difference for all these companies that use all this technology. So, and what are the exponential technologies? Okay, there is a university in US that is the Singularity University, and they recognize at least 10 different exponential technologies. One of these is the biotechnology, is is a technology that is changing the, the game rules in the food industry. For example, in Chile, there is a company that is NotCo. NotCo is using biotechnology and artificial intelligence for create mayo, milk, and others, and other foods, but they are using plants to do that. They have milk. In fact, the name of that product is not milk. They are using plants for make milk, and it has the same flavor as milk. And as I told you, the receipt for make that milk, they they get the receipt for artificial intelligence that it all the time is making a millions of combination to found the similar or the exactly flavor as a milk. So this is amazing. So this company is very interesting, and they are in Chile. In US, there is another similar company, but they are making meat. But I think the things that are making Notco is more interesting. So another exponential technology is the digital fabrication, 3D printing, additive manufacturing, etc. One example of this is Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab is an aerospace company. It's based in New Zealand, and they are printing rockets that they are sending to the space. In fact, they had contract with NASA for sending satellites or all of this stuff. So this company is disruptive the aerospace or industry, like SpaceX also. I am fan for SpaceX and Elon Musk. Sorry. So Rocket Lab, they are printing all the rocket. And this is a different way to make the things, because in the past, the only two organizations that make rockets was the NASA, and the other one is the organization for Russia. So I don't remember the name, but they in the past they exist these only two organizations. But right now we have maybe not a lot, but there is more companies that are using all of these exponential technologies to change the game rules, disruptive the industry. No, okay. Another exponential technology obviously is artificial intelligence. Um, I don't know if you know, but Amazon has Amazon Web Services, and in this platform you can have you can rent an artificial intelligence for do the things that you want, no? From recognize different pictures, like like Google make with our picture that we send to the cloud. As you only you can have autonomous driving with this platform, or maybe if you have a robot and you want that they have some autonomous decisions, you can also use this platform, etc. So artificial intelligence is changing the the game rule also in different industries, and also in our lives. Another exponential technology is Internet of Things. And what is Internet of Things? Is simply you have the machine right now, they don't have communication with another machines, or with remote control center, or whatever. So right now we are putting sensors in these machines, and now they can say something to another's machines, or maybe to a platform, or maybe to a people, or whatever. Right now, Internet of Things with sensors and a Wi-Fi connection, we can make that the machines can say something. No, obviously something that has value for us or for the company. Virtual reality. Okay, I remember that and the 2000 years, yes, I play a game in virtual reality. It was a very basic virtual reality technology, but now we have a lot of examples of this technology, and also this. I think this is more the application that is making right now is more for training, or for gamers, or or basically for these two industries. But the application is they have a lot of application. But this very interesting how we are making right now the use of this technology of and one iconic company that is using this technology is Oculus VR. No, this is the glasses that you put and you can interact with virtual reality. Another example is augmented reality, and here, if you remember, you, in in Mexico there is a museum, and in this museum, we can only see paints on the walls. But if you have your smartphone and you download a augmented reality application of the museum, you can see and you can interact with the pictures in the wall, and make different things. No, that what is the principle or the basis of augmented reality is that with these technologies you can make a distortion of the reality. That's all. And one example of the companies that is making that is Apple Arcade. Obviously robotics. I am a robotics engineer. So from robotics, robotics in everywhere, and but not only physical machines. We have also in for informatics process, we have new technologies like um, robotics process automations. That is the software that make that you can train for make any task in a office. So robotics, one of the most iconic companies in this industry is Boston Dynamics. I think you know because maybe you saw one of their videos in YouTube with robots dancing or something like that. And also the spot that is the dog robot, a yellow robot. So this is another, no? But the robotics is one of the exponential technologies. Another one is autonomous vehicles like Tesla. Right now they are reaching the four level for autonomous autopilot, and Tesla is the most iconic company with this technology. And the last one is blockchain. Blockchain, blockchain. The basis of blockchain is that you can do a contract with another person in electronic form, and also the application in manufacturing is one machine needs some material or 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 the machine needs any resource, and now the machine can to buy directly with the supplier for that thing, and the contract that the machine make with the supplier is with blockchain, and blockchain is a, a very uh, encrypted technology that any person cannot to dissolve or cannot to manage. So the transaction between the machine and the supplier is very clear. So in this case, we have a lot of security, and for that reason, blockchain is one of these new technologies that are changing the game rules also in the industry. So this is some examples. There is another, there are another exponential technologies, but I think that this is the principles that we need to explain, that the things that we need for smart manufacturing. So what are the other features that we need for exponential technologies, or what are the features for qualified technologies? Six different. Sorry, you are seeing my screen.
We're seeing you, seeing us.
Okay, now?
Yes, we can see your screen and you within your screen.
But not my presentation.
No, the presentation is there, but also your Zoom thingy. Yes, we see your presentation, and if you just, there you go. Excellent.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay, these are the features that we need to qualify exponential technology. If if this technology fill this feature, is exponential. So the first, digitize. So in this case, is if we can to translate from physical to digital anything, this is digitized, and it is one of the feature of the technology. For example, the lawyers in US, some lawyers, In the past, they using paper to draw a case, a lot of papers and documentation, whatever. But right now, they are using artificial intelligence for draw the cases, and this take to these people minutes time to present the case, and the manner that as how they are doing that thing is they have all the papers or the documentation, physical documentation, then scan this documentation, this translate to a cloud platform, and in this place, the artificial intelligence take all the information and analyze, process, and then um, they emit a report for the draft of the case. So they are digitizing all these transactions that in the past the lawyers are making in a physical way. No, so this is amazing. No, this is, and obviously it's more quickly or more cheaper that the last form. No, okay. Another feature is deceptive. So why deceptive? Because as we saw in the stock value of Tesla, in the beginning, it it appears very little grow, and many people say, "Nah, this is not happen. Tesla don't have success, whatever." So, but it's really that these new exponential companies are doing the things because in the beginning, yes, we have a very minor growth, but then the growth is quickly and is exponential. So for that reason, the exponential technologies is deceptive. No? Okay, the another one is disruptive, obviously disruptive. And we can say all the technologies that I present in the another in the past minutes, we saw that these technologies are disrupting the industries, no? Different industries, like the aerospace. Right now, we have entrepreneurs in these companies, for example, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, companies like SpaceX, like Rocket Lab, like another one that is I have is Blue Origin, obviously Blue Origin, etc. So these technologies are disruptive. Dematerialize, well, um, it's something like in this case, as in the past, sorry, we saw the first the cellular phones, and we saw that it was very big, you know, very big machines. But right now we have the smartphones is, and now these smartphones are very slim, very uh, small, no, in comparative with the first cell phones that we saw in the past. So this is dematerialized. We make the things more small, no. The another feature is demonetized. So in this case, we we are doing the same prediction as Moore say with his law, that every year or every 2 year the price is decreasing in the same form as the capacity processing is growing. So this is this feature. No, we have a cheaper technology than in the past. For example, um, when I in my first work I using a workstations, computers, and the cost of this workstation was is if I remember that it was the cost 50 50,000 50,000 yes 50,000 US dollars, no? And the same capacity of that machine has right now a Raspberry computer, and you know Raspberry computer the cost is in pesos 2,000 or something like that. So it is very ridiculous the comparison, but it's incredible that this Raspberry machines has um, the same capacity as my machine that I have in the past. No, that's a very clear example for democratized. And democratized is obviously all the technology. A lot of people in the world has the access to to the technology, like the same example for the Raspberry. For right now, you can buy in Mercado Libre sensors or batteries, motors, uh, whatever you want. No? Today we can do anything because it's very real. We have access to all these things uh, with a cheap prices. It's not the same as 20 years ago. So this is the future for this exponential technology. And how these technologies are interacting right now in the smart industry. So you hear about the 4.0 industry, smart industry, but right now you can see how these exponential technologies is making the difference as we made the things 20 years ago. I remember, for example, I have a client, they make automotive parts, and they have these CNC machines. And 20 years ago, these CNC machines, they make uh, the process every day, a quantity or parts per day, whatever. And people has in sorry, in a note, a physical note, the they have the control of the quantity of parts they are making per day. No? Right now, the machines, as they have IoT technology, they can say the quantity of the automotive parts that they are making per minute, per hour, by day, by year, and also with this information, once we collect the information from IoT and send to a cloud, all this big data we can to analyze and processing with artificial intelligence, and we can predict or make a forecast for supply the materials in the next 1 or 2 years in the company. And now the Department of Purchase Department, they have, as they have the information about this forecast, they can negotiate a new prices for the materials for 1 or 2 years in the future. So all of these things is happening because of these technologies that I present you in the last screen. So you can say how all these technologies are interacting with industry 4.0, but basically industry 4.0 is the interaction of these technologies. But what else is happening right now in this moment with more technologies that not only 4.0 industry is considering, but also is happening? For example, blockchain. Blockchain, as I told you, uh, with this technology, the machines has the capacity not only to take decision with artificial intelligence, but also they they take the decision and also apply the decision. For example, if the machine know that it needs a supply for in 2 weeks, uh, right now the machines can make a contract with blockchain with the supplier and receive the materials that it needs in a in a precise time. So with this, we can have a smart machine for a, but if you put all the machines of the plant, we have a smart manufacturing or a smart plant, and each plant is taking decision and not only taking but also applying decisions. So all of things technology is affecting the smart industry, and for that reason we are saying smart manufacturing. This is the reason, okay? But this is another example. It's in a different way, but it's something similar. This is a proposal for a client. In this case, my client, he needs to make a new form to serve coffee. This is the cover the proposal. So our proposal are two different ways. One is with a vending machine or a mechatronic machine. Another one is for a robotic station. And this station, and the robots deliver the coffee. Obviously, this station has coffee machines, and then the robot take the coffee and deliver to the client. So in two different ways to make the process, um, we have IoT sensors. We have sensors. In the case of the robotics station, we have robot. Uh, but, but, uh, but in general, is the same process. In both cases, they send information to the CPU because we have sensors, different kind of sensors, level sensors, um, temperature sensor, presence sensors, whatever. And the person can interact with a touch screen for make the requisition of the kind of coffee this person wants, and this person can to pay with a electronic payment just with a QR uh, payment. And then all this information we send to CPU. The CPU has a connection for Wi-Fi, and then all the information we send to Amazon Web Services. This is our cloud where we receive the information, and also for Mercado Pago, we receive the information from Mercado Pago, and then the information we translate to the Amazon Web Service from IoT. In this case, we process all the data and we generate big data because my client not only have one mechatronic machine or one robotics station, they have in the case of the machine, they have right now they have 7,000 machines in Mexico, so it's a lot of information. But all this big data get to the Amazon Web Services, where with a IoT we receive, we process, and then we send in the same platform to the part from artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence understand all the information and send a report to my client. Um, it's a report for different areas, report for finance, report for maintenance, report for sales, for marketing, whatever. And for example, for marketing, right now with this technology, they could know what kind of coffee is that is that they deliver more in, for example, in southern Mexico, no? And what is the genre of these people that is consuming this kind of coffee? How many coffees per day? How many coffees per year? Whatever. And with all of this information, marketing department, they can send um, marketing for a specific sector of the population, because they know all of this and they can to predict the behavior of these consumers in future. Obviously, when they make the change in the marketing publication, they will receive in the next information that they receive from the machines if this campaign is working or is not working. No? And this is our example on how these technologies are making the things in the industry. This case is very interesting. Okay, so another technologies that also is making a difference for smart manufacturing and integrate all of these technologies. One of these is the PLMs of technologies, no? Product lifecycle management. For example, the Sol system has a lot of applications that when you combine all these applications, we can have a result as my last example, because you can integrate different departments with engineering departments. That this is the origin of information for the products or of the process of manufacturing, whatever. So all these data that we are making in every department, we can integrate in one platform, and this platform is PLM. So this is another way that we are making the smart manufacturing. And this is also very important that you know, because in this case, right now we are living something that many people say the fourth platform. What is the fourth platform, or what is the first platform? Well, the first platform, it happened in the last century. And this happening when only have one computer or one mainframe where this computer process critical tasks, but just one computer. And if you remember the movies of De Santo has a lot of these big machines. So it's the same thing. Mainframes, big mainframes that is making the process of critical tasks. The second platform is when we have servers and clients. A principal servers with all the application in that server, but this is a physical server, and then we connect with a computer to this server and use the application on the server, not in computer, on the server. The third platform is integrate more technologies. We have big data, we have the application not only in physical, we have something of cloud computing. We have more mobility because we have smart cars, smartphones, etc. And all these integrate the new third platforms. And we can say in the left, the quantity of users for all these platforms. And right now in the third platform, we have billions of users, billions. Okay. For the fourth platform, we not only have the last three, but also we have blockchain, and something that maybe is new for you, but it is happening right now, that is the quantum computer. Quantum computer. What is the quantum computer? this we are making not only with a, process with atoms, but also with subatomic particles. That is quantum computer. And the thing as is that we are making is more small computers, or we're keeping a more small computers for a big computing capacity. That is quantum computer. And in this case, we can say when we are using quantum computing is the fourth platform. And that's all. And very thanks for a lot of thanks for your time. I hope that all this information is interesting for you. Thank you to Arkansas University for the space. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Let's move on to the floor. Do anyone have questions now? Señor Gallardo, we can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. Can you hear me well?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Rodrigo, thank you very much for the talk. It was very interesting. I just have a question regarding on the 6 steps that you said about the transition. So the first step, it was to make everything digital. And then I think it was like the fourth one in which do you make it smaller when you dematerialize it. Can you go a little bit further with that? Because to me, they would, I mean, to me, dematerialize the, like whatever you have would already be including the digitalization since you're making things already smaller. So can you be a little more specific on that?
Yes, of course. If I have example, I wait to share again my screen. You can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Um, you also can see me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. This is a physical automatic part, and this is a device that a client is using for make a process. So this physical part right now is has a release, but they don't have the the physical part. Yeah, they don't. They only have the virtual part, and the virtual part is this that I am showing in my screen. Okay. So as the release change in form and some of the holes is changing from position, the device that they have right now is not working. For that reason, they need to change the design of the device. So virtually, we validate the new design that we make, and this is this. But now that I have in a virtual validation, we also printed the this is just one part of the total part, and we can validate the device because we also print the device. So this is the kind of things that we can do, or I refer when we say that we can digitize the information. This is one of these example that we can do with these new technologies.
Okay, perfect. I think I might get it now better. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Any more questions? Señor Jaime?
Yes, good night. Um, Hello. In one part of your conference, you talk about machines taking decisions, and I just want to ask you, do you think a machine can make better decisions than a human?
Um, Depends of the kind of decision or the environment or uh, the 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 part of the process for make the decision. Because, for example, if in the example that I gave you with the CNC machines, that in the past one person observing the machine and the level of the maybe oil, no, the machine use oil. The person saw the level of the oil, and manually they uh, take the notes, and then he asked the request to the supplier the the oil for the machine. But maybe this person don't check with precision the level, and he requests a minor quantity that the machine needs. So in this case, with a sensor, the machine can take the best decision as the person. In this case, I think is happening right now. But for example, uh, the autonomous car. The other day, I saw statistics from Tesla, and they say that if the human they say the human population made mistakes and provoke accidents in um, I don't know, 16% of the total of the accidents. But right now, with our technology, autonomous or the autopilot, we only represent the 5%. In this case, the machine is taking the best decision, no? But what happened if, in the case of the lawyers, that they are digitize the documentation, and the artificial intelligence draw a case? This is different, because I think that there are a lot of aspects from humanity that the machines cannot understand, and uh, it could take a bad decision about something. So in this case, I think the machine is not doing the best work. So for that reason, I told you that it depends on the environment, the case, whatever. No, there is a lot of factors that to say if the machine is taking the best or not is taking the best decision.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Any other questions, guys? Okay. I think that will be it. Thank you, Rodrigo, for your time shared with us. I will most definitely bring you back to the university in person so you can talk about the stuff you are personally doing. This is like a generic what's going on in the world, but I gather that you are doing some interesting things down in your, crazy layer lab that will most definitely be interesting for us and for the students around. So thank you. Let me just show you. You have a participation diploma of some sorts that I was shared. Wait a
Thank you.
second. That we most definitely need to I would say I wouldn't know if we can send it to you or we keep it until you are free to come and join us. Because wait, because it's nice, right, to have it in writing rather than in electronic. I know you are a electronic chap, but there you go. That will be the certificate. It will look nicer with the signatures, right? Our associate director and Professor Gonzalez, who is organizing this event. But with this, we would like to say thank you for your time. We will share with you the talk. It will be published tomorrow on Facebook for the Arkansas State University. And that will be it. Thank you very much to you, and thank you for the guys who joined us tonight. See you all.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor. Thank you, guys.